New from Imprint is this 2-film set by Lewis Allen. 2 films, one I'd never heard of, The Unseen, and one that I had heard of, and I'd seen a long while ago, The Uninvited, and I was eager to go back to this one. Pretty much because of the cast. I do like Lewis Allen stuff. Here we have Ray Milland, Ruth Hussey, Gail Russell, and we have Ray Milland playing Roderick Fitzgerald and Ruth Hussey playing Pamela, a brother and sister who are on a holiday when they discover this house. It's just, it's the house of their dreams, absolutely fantastic. They can pool their resources and buy this house. It's a steal. Of course, there may be something wrong with the history of this, and when we kind of find out about Stella, the next door neighbour, whose mother used to live in this house, who died in this house, we realise that something is going bump in the night, and it could be supernatural. It could be one of the neighbours sticking around the house late at night.
It's coming from downstairs.
It comes from everywhere and nowhere.
Take hold of yourself, Pam. I'm going down and search the place.
Rick, I've searched. There's never anything there.
It's a haunted house thriller, and it's very adept at what it's doing. We get these wonderful characters, the brother and sister aspect to something that's a little bit different. We get this young girl next door who starts to have feelings for Roderick, who starts to kind of attach herself to him, and they kind of have a forming bond. In fact, he invites her to come to the house because she's never been there in a while, and when she's there, she starts to act strangely, feeling the spirit of her mother all around her, wanting to stay as much time in the house as possible and communicate with something that everybody else is a little bit dubious is actually happening.
Inherited the house, I believe.
From my grandmother.
And there were no disturbances there in her time?
None. And if there are noises now, they're from perfectly natural causes.
I liked The Uninvited mostly. For me, it was a haunted house movie that kind of lost its bite the more it went on. Focusing on the brother and sister was a great aspect, and when Stella comes into the film, it was nice to see that kind of relationship building up between her and Roderick. Even though I felt like there was a rather large age gap between them, there was definitely a connection there. But as a haunted house movie, as something that should have the scare and the chill factor, it never quite worked for me. It felt more like a kind of drama story. There is moments at the end where the spirits and things start to build up, but it's so easily dealt with and sort of given this neat little bow at the end of it that just everything's just, oh shucks, rosy and fine, and there's been no drama whatsoever. It's all sorted now. It just didn't sit right with me.
Oh, Rick!
You all right, Priscilla? Yes, fine. She's gone, Stella.
I'd say the biggest weakness here is it's a kind of romantic comedy at times, but it alludes to all these dark aspects of it that would just have been wonderful. The style of seances, crazy lesbians, of murder, things that are going on in this tale that are all just left to stories that are told, but these feel like the more interesting aspects of the film, and the fact that they kind of just touch on them and then move into more banal, bland stuff again is so frustrating, because that stuff was the interesting moments that I really wanted to spend time in. Unfortunately, we don't quite get there. Everything about this is saccharine. It's sweetened up, it's familiar, it's typical. It doesn't really offer any kind of bite whatsoever. It teases you with some of that stuff, but never really delivers on it, which is a real shame. The Uninvited was fine. It was fine. I'd maybe watch it again on a lazy Sunday afternoon. I'm going to move on to The Unseen, and we'll see what that has to offer. But first, let's dive into the disc of The Uninvited. Here we are in the disc for The Uninvited. We have an audio commentary by noir expert and Film Noir Foundation board member Alan K. Road. Next, we have The Uninvited and Female Gothic video essay by Kat Ellinger. In this video essay, we kind of focus on a change within cinema at this time where Gothic moved away from the monster creations into something more supernatural, and we focus on some influences from Japanese cinema, which I found to be truly fascinating, including the Yurei idea of monsters in this one, and it almost made me reconsider the film. Next we have Gail Russell, The Flame That Burned Twice as Bright, interview with critic Imogen Sarah Smith, and this runs for 29 minutes 24 seconds and is an examination of the actress Gail Russell, how this was her first starring role, how she got it, how her career blossomed and changed throughout that. There's a little bit of a side avenue on The Uninvited and The Unseen, and it gives more into this actress I didn't know too much about. Now on to something that I love on discs, the original radio adaptations. These are fantastic things, always great inclusions on the disc. We've got two here, both adaptations of The Uninvited. From 1944, we've got the Lady Astor Screen Guild play with Ruth Hussey and Betty Field, and then we have the Screen Directors Playhouse with director Lewis Allen and Ray Milland from 1949. Fantastic productions, and if you haven't heard anything like these before, these are fantastic. In addition, we have the theatrical trailer, and that is the extras for The Uninvited. So there we have it. The Uninvited is the first part of this Lewis Allen set. I'll be back pretty soon with the second part, and hopefully that will be a movie I enjoy more. I would love to know your thoughts on The Unseen, whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. Let me know in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com always, and make sure you could support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.